Sally, okay. And so you shared a house with Joe and Sally Perry.
Well, we had a bedroom in their house.
You had a bedroom in their house.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's sharing. um, you said that Tom had a car when you met him. Didn't he have a motorcycle for a long time?
After he had a motorcycle when we got married. Yes.
Okay. But he didn't have a car for a while.
No.
What happened to that car? Did it just eventually die?
It just died.
Okay.
It wasn't very good when he got it, but
Well, he had, I know from the pictures and from him telling me, he had an Indian motorcycle.
oh yes, he loved the Indian motorcycles.
And he drove this motorcycle
Every place.
all year long, even in the snow and ice of winter.
Snow and ice. Almost froze a couple of times.
And how long did he have that motorcycle before you got a car?
Until I got pregnant.
So you never drove
The motorcycle.
any vehicle. Did you drive?
No, no.
When did you get your driver's license?
When we lived on Catherine Street in Struthers.
So well after you were married.
Oh yeah, a long
Wow.
time. Well, I had 2 kids.
Well, you had to be
when I
able
got
to
my
drive.
license.
Yeah. You had 2 children. You had both kids.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Was money tight?
Sure was.
How did you deal with that?
Just the way everybody did. They just did without.
So you lived on Catherine Street when both children were born?
No. Tom was born on Catherine Street, but Georgia was born when we lived on Summer Street in Youngstown.
That's the house you shared?
No,
Oh,
that's where my aunt and uncle lived.
Oh, you went and lived with your aunt and uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and who were they? What were their names?
Jack and Alice.
Oh, okay, okay. So your adopted parents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now Georgia was born in 1939, and Tom Jr. was born in 1942.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about them.
They were just regular kids. What do you want to know about them?
Anything stand out? Any stories about them as children?
No, they were pretty good kids. Georgia was a little stubborn like her mother, but
I can't imagine. Either of you. To be fair, Georgia is my mother, and you're
Yeah.
my grandmother, so I've
Yeah.
seen a little bit of stubborn from both of you over the years. There's a story that you wrote about her holding the dog or squeezing the dog.
oh,
Tell me about that.
well, we got a puppy for the kids, and she wouldn't let the puppy down to run around, or wouldn't let it go outside to go to the bathroom or anything. She held on to that puppy all the time, and poor thing, it had to go. So she had a hold of it. Is that still going?
Yeah, it's still going.
She had the puppy on the chair, and she squeezed it, and it peed on the chair. I hollered at her about that, and she said, "I didn't do that." She said, "It rained." And I said, "Georgia, it did not rain. It hasn't rained for days." She said, "It did, Mom. I'm telling the truth. It rained." And she kept on talking about it. The puppy didn't do it. She didn't squeeze the puppy. It had rained on the chair in the house. And I said to her, "If you tell me a lie, I said, I'm gonna put you down in the cellar, in the coal cellar. She said, I'm not lying, I'm telling you the truth. I said to her, Georgia, you know you're not. I said, come on, let's go down the cellar. So I took her down the cellar, put her in the, we had a coal furnace, and part of the cellar was built around it so the coal didn't fall all over everything. There was a door on there. I put her in there and closed the door. And she stands in there and she throws pieces of coal at the door. And I only left her in there 10 minutes. But she had coal piled up against the door. When I opened the door, it run out on me. And she was covered with soot from the coal, and I had to give her a shower after that. And she still insisted that it rained. Well, I didn't know what to do with it then, so I took her upstairs and gave her a bath and put her in her room. But she never did admit that she caused that puppy to pee on the chair.
Now,
but I got the worst of that. I had to give her a bath and wash all of her clothes and
you had to clean it up.
And put the coal back in the coal.
What did your family do as for entertainment and hobbies, and what did you do even when the kids were little? Idora Park was in Youngstown.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to Idora Park?
Occasionally, not very often.
Why not?
It costs you money. It costs money to get in there, and everything that was in there, you had to pay to ride it. So
now, for somebody watching this that doesn't know what Idora Park is, it was a pretty big amusement park.
Well, it was a big amusement park. It was
in Youngstown.
On the south side of Youngstown.
Tell me what you did there. Did you ride the roller coaster?
No, I was afraid of the roller coaster.
So what did you do?
I rode the horses.
They had horses there? Or the merry-go-round? Okay. And there was a big ballroom there.
Mm-hmm.
That famous bands from all over the world would come and play.
People danced there, but I didn't dance, of course.
Was that because of the money? Because it cost money to get in? Or you just didn't dance?
I didn't dance.
Oh, okay.
I was too.
Tell me about, he would be my Grandpa Finch.
Mm-hmm.
Was that Tom Finch? Tom Finch.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about Tom Finch riding the roller coaster, the Wildcat roller coaster.
He rode he rode both of them.
The Jackrabbit was the smaller one, I remember.
Yeah. And he stood up on the big one.
The Wildcat.
Standing. He was in the front car. And he decided he was going to stand up when they're going down a big dip in the path.
The track, yeah.
Yeah. And boy, they stopped that thing like that and got him off of there.
Now,
Took him off of the thing, wouldn't let him near it again.
why did he stand up?
Because he was drunk.
Oh. Well, that'll do it. Any other memories of doing things?
Well, we went to a couple of shows occasionally, and just things that kids do. Nothing spectacular or anything.
Any family vacations?
No.
None?
Well, maybe one or two, but we'd go to somebody's house. We used to go to a great aunt and uncle.
Where did they live?
Not in Nashville, but out a little town near Nashville. They had a farm.
Did you go to Colorado?
Oh, not till I was married.
Yeah, when that's what I'm talking about. As with a family, with you and Tom and Georgia and Tommy, did you went on vacations with them with your family after you were married with kids?
We went to Colorado. We went to California.
And did you stay with family then too? Did you have relatives?
Not in Colorado, no.
Where
We
did
stayed at a hotel or a motel there.
once you got there?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys kind of lived in the car on the way there and back though?
Yes, indeed we did. We practically, well, we lived in the car the whole time we were going there and.
Or you stayed in the car even when you were there too?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, you've certainly seen a lot in your lifetime. When I did a little bit of research and went back, when you were born, Woodrow Wilson was president, and it was the first year that the Mercury dime was minted was the year you were born. The average salary was about $700 a year, but that worked out to about $2 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, not an hour, $2 a day. World War I was being waged across Europe. When my grandfather, Tom Rex, your husband, was working, how much money did he make when you guys got married? Do you remember his salary?
I think it was $15 every 2 weeks or something like that.
So he made about $30 a month. Now, I remember you telling me about having coin envelopes.
Yeah.
And was it from? It was from
the bank.
From the bank. And tell me about that. Tell me how you budgeted your money.
Well, we had one thing that said paper on it. That was for the newspaper. And when he got his paycheck, we put the amount that we had to pay, which was 3 cents a day.
3 cents a day.
For the newspaper. So I put so many 3 cents in there for the newspaper. And we put so much in the one package for food.
Okay.
So all it was all put in those little bags to pay for everything.
So you divvied it up by food, by each bill.
Yeah.
The rent and the food, and
Yeah.
whatever it was.
We were paying on the house.
So the house payment, the mortgage payment.
Mm-hmm. And so much for gasoline, and didn't take much for the motorcycle.
So that's how you budgeted
Yeah.
for household
I
expenses.
kept track of every penny that we had, and there was very little left over, let me tell you.
What did you do with the money that was left over?
Well, maybe we'd go get an ice cream cone or something like that.
So as your own kids, Tom and Georgia, grew,
Mm-hmm.
they graduated high school.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me where they went.
To Struthers High School.
And then where did they go after Struthers High School?
Georgia went to nurses training after she got out of school. And Tom went to work with a carpenter. He built some houses up on the north side of Youngstown.
Oh. But he's not still a carpenter today.
No, he isn't.
So then what did he do?
Well, he went to work for some guy, and he moved to Texas and went to work for a guy out there. what he was.
Then he married.
Yeah.
He married Joyce,
Mm-hmm.
and they had 3 children.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about those kids. Those are your grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about them.
Brian is a professor in college, and Amy is a mother.
Mm-hmm.
She has 2 children. She's married to a guy that's going now to get his PhD. And then Jay works for the one that quacks across the
Oh, Affleck.
Affleck.
Affleck. Okay. I didn't know what you meant. Okay. um, and those are Tom and Joyce's kids.
Yeah.
Tell me about Georgia.
Well, she has 2 boys.
And that's me, Eric,
And Rex.
and Rex. Now, I'm gonna start goofing these up, but I know I have 3 children. I have Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
and I have Eric Jr., Eric Thomas
Mm-hmm.
Thompson, and Caitlin Grace Thompson. And Sarah's now married to Josh, and they have a daughter, Madeline, who is your great granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
And Rex has 3 children. He has Ashley, Brittany, and Christopher.
Mm-hmm.
Brian is married to Julie.
Mm-hmm. They have 1 child.
That's Carrie. And
She's named for me.
Carrie is?
She's the only one that has my name. Her name is Carrie Dorothy.
Oh, Carrie Dorothy. I was going to say, how'd they get Carrie out of Dorothy? Okay.
Carrie Dodd.
Carrie Dot. And Amy is married to David,
Uh-huh.
and they have 2 children.
2 children.
And
They are right
yeah,
there.
that's right. The pictures are right there. And Jay is married to Jay is married to Nikki.
They have a daughter named Macy.
Daughter Macy. So you have
2 great grandchildren.
yeah, you got they're everywhere because Ashley, on Rex's daughter, Ashley is married and has Nico.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're
Well, he's a great child.
he's a great. Yeah.
Same as,
Same as everybody else. Yeah.
yeah.
You got a bunch of them. There was a story about my Uncle Tom, your son Tom, who I believe did he run away from home too?
No.
Did he wander off to a swimming pool?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me that story.
Well, he was 4 or 5 years old. We lived on Catherine Street. He was outside playing in the yard, and I missed him, and I went out and called him, and he didn't answer, and I called again, and he still didn't answer. I asked the other kids in the neighborhood if they had seen him, and they told me, yeah, he was going down over the hill. So I went down there after him. He went down to the swimming pool in Struthers. All alone.
All by himself.
All by himself. So I brought him home, and I paddled him, and I tied him out in the backyard. To the grape arbor.
To the grape arbor.
I tied him to the grape arbor. I told him he wasn't allowed to play like he had before because he didn't listen to what I told him. So he cried out there, and the next door neighbor heard him crying, and he came out, and he thought he was just hurt or something, and he unloosened him where he was tied, took him in the house and gave him something to eat.
Tell me some other memories of your life. I mean, are there events or times that stand out? Anything, whether it's family or things in the news or
Well, the big snow and
was that 1950?
uh your father was snowed in the mill.
No, that would be my grandfather.
No, that was your father.
My dad was stuck in the.
You know, he went to work midnight.
This is your husband.
Uh-huh.
Okay. This is Tom. Okay.
Yeah. He went to work at midnight, and it snowed all night long. He stayed in the mill, and he couldn't get home. He used to ride a bus from where the mill gate was up to Struthers. That bus couldn't run, so he was stuck in the mill then all night long and all day the next day. He got home about supper time the next night. He walked home from there.
He walked home from Sharon Steel.
Mm-hmm.
That had to be 15, 20 miles.
Mm.
Okay. Tell you, everybody, I was very fortunate to have known him for as long as I did. Being the oldest grandchild, I had a great relationship with him, and I never met anybody that had a cross word to say about him.
Nobody dared to say anything about it.
I'd have to deal with you, huh?
Yeah. I had to deal with him.